Alright, so this tutorial is connected to my Draw This in Your Style on Instagram. So I'm going to use my character Horus that I came up with in 2016 for a children's book, my own children's book that I was the author and illustrator of. So I'm just going to walk you through the different things that I did when I was creating him to make sure that he looked cute. And you can use these things in almost any character. It's sort of universal, like you can pretty much make anything cute. But for today I'm going to focus on Horus, just his face, and I'll do another video on making other things cute. But there's a lot of things that you'll be able to use here for your own characters, and it will definitely make them cute every time. You can't go wrong with making things cute. So let's get to Horus. Let's get drawn. Okay, so if I'm drawing something cute, we'll start out with my character Horus, who I did for a children's book. I completely designed him from the ground up. He's from a slow loris that I did the drawings of the slow loris, and then I eventually just, did some character design work so I could recreate him. Alright, so what I wanted with Horus was cute, extreme cute. So, like I always do, I draw a circle, the center line, and then I make this sort of teardrop type shape. And the most important thing is the eyes don't always have to be big, but big eyes is always going to be synonymous with cute. So it kind of if you really want to go cute, and big eyes is a thing. That's why I like babies and puppies and all sorts of, little creatures like that. Yeah, just called a baby a creature, but that's okay. But they have big eyes, and that's what we like about them. They have big eyes, and there's some cute things with small eyes too. Turtles have small eyes, and I love turtles. I think they're adorable. Also, if you're watching this on Facebook, it could be really helpful to watch this on YouTube. I really need the views because I'd eventually love to make a living, maybe teaching or making tutorials or something like that, but I feel like YouTube's the way to go. But the thing is, Facebook has such a great community that I just love. Like, I would rather just post on Facebook, but it'd be nice to be able to monetize on YouTube. Not gonna lie, because I love making these tutorials and I feel like people find them useful. Anyway, okay, so round head, big kind of round eyes. It's already kind of cute. Okay, so this is just the eye socket. So when I do the eye inside, I'll make it even more of a circle. So it's just literally a big circle. Sometimes people tend to do eyes like this because of a lot of the old cartoons, I feel like. But I think with cute, I like just like a big circle and maybe like a little bit of a almonding on the outside. I think I just made up a new word. I'm pretty sure I just made up a new word. Almonding. Okay, so we have the eyes here, the nose. Let me make this bigger so you can see. So for Horus, his nose is probably about here. Kind of a simple, soft-edged triangle. And sometimes I actually have to move his nose around to get it in the right spot. And this is all fairly simple stuff, like this kind of nose and mouth would work like with a cat or even a puppy. It would just depend on the shape of the head. But and you don't even have to go this detailed, but I know this character, so I've drawn this character a lot, so I kind of understand how he works. And also another thing about cute, so even you can even make things smaller. Like even this part, I think I might make a little smaller. Actually, I'll just do I'll do this whole bit just so you can see it. Sometimes you make it smaller and it just gets even cuter. You know, like the little button nose and things like that. So for the eyes, you want those kind of like, Disney is like the best at doing these eyes. So if you want his eyes completely open, then you have that nice thick eyelash. You don't have to put the little tip on the end, but I always do. I just like it. Not sure which artist I got that from, but now I just do it. So it's, that's kind of how art works. You just kind of steal little things from other artists along the way. And we'll make his little eyelids there. Actually, we can make his eyelids, we'll make them come up a little bit. Because really you want to be following this circle. If this is the big eye, then you just want to be following that, as though that's the eyeball, and this is the eyelash. Unless you want him like his eyes like bugging out, then it would just be a complete circle. But if you want cute, then you don't need to. It's looking pretty cute so far. Another thing I do is, I know when I draw, I'm on the left side of my iPad, looking down from almost the complete left side. So I always, let's see, where is it? Apparently I don't have the, let me straighten this out. So I'll straighten it out and then I'll flip it. And I'll just fix how wonky it is and liquefy. That's another trick that I always do. I have a whole tutorial about why do artists flip their canvas on YouTube. Definitely watch that. But it's because I know my eyes are wonky, so I do this to sort of sometimes I just need to redraw what I've drawn. And that happens sometimes. Like sometimes I'll flip it and it'll look beyond repair. So I have to just, redraw it. But I know that I see things like that. Like I know that my eyes will make things look right from a certain angle, but then from another angle they're not. So, I just always I always flip it and then just make sure that everything's looking okay. And the liquefy tool is very, very, very useful. I use it all the time. I use it a lot. Make sure his eyes are nice and round. You want things to be nice and soft and round. That sounds weird. Okay. I think he looks pretty good. Let me switch him back. Oh, I'm on magnetic. Okay, he switched back. And okay, so big eyes, small little like mouth area, nose area. You know, that really like brings out the cute factor. So now eyes. So I'm going to do a new layer for the eyes. And you can use the, draw a circle and then leave it, and then leave the Apple Pencil there, and it'll make a big circle like that. Just because I really, sometimes I really like straight circles, like for the eyes. I like a really clean circle. I'll just duplicate this. So then you have those nice big eyes. Really makes them look innocent. And Horus is innocent. He's a cutie. I designed him in 2000 and let me go back to the bottom layer. Another thing is you want your spacing. I forgot that I have two eye layers there. So you want your spacing on the eyes. It's very important for the spacing to be at least like matching. Like the eyes don't have to be symmetrical, because I think it can work in digital art. Like I feel like 3D characters, oh excuse me, I think 3D characters do have very symmetrical like faces and eyes, but I don't really find it important. I kind of like the illustrative kind of looser look where everything is not super perfect. There was a time where I did want everything perfect, but I don't really feel like that doesn't really bother me anymore. Paint his little nose in. Okay, so I always put this little mark there, just to show that their eyes are like that they're raising up their little eyebrows, so that they're happy. Make this arc. You definitely want like high arcs on the kind of eyebrowish area. They don't have to have eyebrows. A lot of animals don't. Sometimes I'll just make like a little bit of a darker line, and it kind of gives the illusion of an eyebrow. But it's just enough. Okay, so I find that round heads are really cute. So I'm just going to round off his little head. And also, you want to give them some like nice pudgy cheeks. And you can give any creature pudgy cheeks. Doesn't like, you don't have to make them super pudgy, but it definitely ups the cute factor. The pudgy cheeks. Just cleaning up the sketch a little bit. You just want to be nice and round and soft. And sometimes you just have to... I'm not even sure why I erased and did it again. There was just something about it that just didn't... The weight of the lines just didn't feel right. No, not the weight, but the... You know, it just has to be a certain shape. And eventually, like, over time, you'll figure out what that is. Like, it's actually, sometimes it's even hard for me to explain why I do certain things, because they're so minute, and in time you'll kind of pick up, you know, what it is about certain things that makes them work or makes them not work. Alright, I think he's looking really good. I haven't drawn him. I did a pancake kind of kids book, recipe book recently. Actually, I'm working on it now in Blurb. My other book is on Amazon KDP, but it's kind of like a nightmare to get things to look right in KDP. I mean, I did it for my children's book, but it was like a bit of a nightmare. So give him his little chin. It was a bit of a nightmare, so I'm just using like Blurb, because I mean I might eventually want to try to push it out to the masses, but I just don't think that I have the... This is going to sound weird. I just don't think that I have the recognition to be able to really profit a lot from a book. And with KDP, it's so much work. And even for my book now, I just... you kind of have to like get kind of lit on fire, and then you can sort of sell and make a lot of money. So right now I'm basically just this is just kind of for my character. I started to kind of go around his mouth, I think, which is like a new thing. Originally I wasn't going around his mouth, but now I think I just give him a little something. All right. And for ears, I mean, I think any ears on him would be cute. He has little, like... His ears actually look like horns a little bit. Because they sort of like fold back. He's a slow lorer, so they have like these little like round ears. But I always kind of like when they sort of look like horns almost. I just think they look really cute. And he has very specific markings on him. Like he has a circle here. I should do a draw this in your style. That would be kind of cool. I could probably do it from this image, actually. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, we'll see. That would be kind of fun. I'm just always worried that, like, no one's gonna draw. Like, I feel like I've seen other artists do it, but I just feel like no one's gonna draw. No one's gonna take the challenge. Okay, I think that's looking pretty good, actually. I'm pretty happy with him. So we'll do some other. Well, I guess I can give him some eyeballs. I guess that'd be nice, right? So we'll see what looks. Oh, too big. A little too big, but not that big, actually. So I usually give him. He has pretty big eyeballs. Did I do it right? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. Sometimes I do things on different layers so that I can sort of just manipulate them. I like having control of, like, everything. So he has really big eyes like that. But it's taking away, something is taking away from the cuteness right now with the eyes. So maybe his eyes, maybe this has to be that black part. So I'm just gonna duplicate and make that darker. So maybe that has to be the dark part, and then this part of his eyes can be here. Yeah, I think that looks a lot better. So his eyes got even bigger. And then I'll just use that to sort of color in that part of his eye. And this is, I can see that I've made his face a little too wide. So I'm going to go back to his face shape, and I'm just going to pull it in some. Yeah, that's better. Because he doesn't have a super wide, like, Stewie head. Yeah, that looks better to me. Let's see if I can just smudge this. Oops. Yeah, we'll just fix this here. And fix these little bits. And sometimes you just gotta make those changes. If something doesn't look right, just fix it. The earlier you fix it, the better. Just trust your instinct. Okay, that looks really good. Alright, so I'm going to merge this. And we're just going to have some fun with it. So one thing about making things cute is you can always, like, kind of stretch their proportions. So say you want to really make his cheeks high. You can actually probably do them just like this. And so what I'm doing here is if I was to bring this line up and just do an arc, you know, that just kind of makes it look like it's his chubby cheeks. And like we said before, chubby cheeks is definitely a win. So I'm just going to erase these little bits, and I'm just going to stretch this. Actually, I'm going to do his whole mouth again. So since his cheeks are higher, I can make this a little closer to the nose, and then I can really push that up. Excuse me, sorry about that. These are so uneven. Actually, I'll make all this smaller. Liquify tool again. Always coming in handy. Just to kind of match. Just want to match their levels. And erase a little more here. And then I usually put a line just to kind of give that cheek a line. Actually, you can probably make it darker. So cheeks are very important. So he looks much happier there. Also, I love doing this. I do this on all my drawings. This is a quick thing that I do for eyes. The jelly bean. And then something like that. Really gives the eyes that pop. And if you're doing a creature with the mouth open, let me erase this here. And same thing, just make the lines nice and soft. Even the teeth, if they have fangs, just make them nice and rounded. The little cute little nugget teeth. I always do like 2 or 3 tones in here. Just do everything one tone, and then do the back of his mouth a little bit darker, just to give some separation. And just keep everything nice and soft. I'll have to look up how I originally do his markings. They're very specific. But alright, so we try a new mouth. Actually, you know what we'll do? There's a lot of times that you might have to do the eyes closed for a lot of characters. So let me do that. I know it's fun to draw eyes, and sometimes I'm like, oh, I want to draw the eyes open, but sometimes closed is the right, like if a character is laughing or something like that. Okay, I'll just give him a little mouth to set the tone. Actually, I need to listen to my own rules. It gives it less of a chance for me to be way off when I actually do the teardrop, because I know my eyes are gonna be wonky. So okay, so for eyes closed, sometimes I struggle with eyes closed. It's not that easy to do, but really it would be this part that would be the part that's showing that the eye's closed. So let's just do a normal dome here. We have to erase that thick eyebrow, because that's what indicates that the eye's closed. So it'd be just like we would do it there if the eye's open. We'll take that same point here and just kind of arc it like this. Actually, let me give him some more cheek and bring this mouth up. And you can even go, sometimes you can do this too. I've been doing this one a lot with the little arrow type mouth. Never used to do it until like about a month or two ago. I did it and I thought it looked really good. Make him kind of look like he's biting his lip. Let's see here. And since his eyes are like that, I'm going to make them a little more arced, like this. And then I'm going to follow it up with another line up here to really pull up his expression. And then we'll do, actually, let me leave that. I'll duplicate it. And then we'll erase. One of these I think I'm going to do is draw this in your style. I think that'd be fun. I'll do one with the mouth open. And do his cute little fangs. His little rounded nugget fangs. Nice little fat tongue. So yeah, I mean, I think, so there's a lot of basics. There's a lot of basic things that you can do, make things round. Even the placement of the ears can make a big difference. You can make the ears like smaller, and you can sort of put them so they become a little more like innocent, like if their ears are like kind of folded back. You know, you really just want to make it like as just kind of like soft and innocent as possible. So there's lots of different things that you can kind of do. This is bugging me here. I'm looking at it and I can tell that it's not lined up with the other one. So I think I'll do another video after this where I do just some other objects. But for now, this is Horus. I'll just go through the ones that I've done. That one's adorable. I love Horus. Eyes open. And that's the original one. And there's Horus. Of course, I can never be just done. So he has other markings here as well.